Jokic and Westbrook are insane. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook have been phenomenal this season, and yesterday's win over the Mavericks was another example of why they're one of the most exciting duos in the league right now. If you're not paying attention to what they're doing, you're missing out on something truly special. Let's dive into the details, because this story just keeps getting better. Russell Westbrook was electric last night. He scored 21 points on 10 for 17 shooting, which is an impressive 58.8% from the field. That's efficiency you just don't see every day from a player who's often been criticized for his shooting. But Westbrook didn't stop there. He grabbed 10 rebounds, handed out 7 assists, blocked 2 shots, and even snagged a steal. This wasn't just a good game for him. It was a complete performance that showcased his versatility and impact on every facet of the game. His second quarter performance was game-changing. When it looked like the Mavericks might run away with it, Westbrook stepped up and swung the momentum back in Denver's favor. Without him, this game could have gone in a completely different direction. Westbrook is playing like a man on a mission this season. He's averaging 17.9 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. His true shooting percentage as a starter is 59.4%, far above the average guards this season, which is 55.2%. That's proof of his efficiency and how well he's fitting into this Nugget system. He's one of the most disrespected great players in recent sports history, and games like this remind everyone why he's still a force to be reckoned with. The way he's been playing, it wouldn't be surprising to see him continue at this level for another 3 to 4 years. He's proving all the doubters wrong, night after night. Now, let's talk about Jokic. Even on a night where the Mavericks threw the kitchen sink at him, he still delivered. They were sending double teams, hard fouls, and constant pressure, trying to force the Nuggets into tough jump shots. And while it wasn't his flashiest game, Jokic still posted 19 points, 18 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 steals, while shooting 9 for 13 from the floor. That stat line is absurd for most players, but for Jokic, it's just another day at the off. He's so consistent that even his bad games are better than what most players dream of. The Mavericks had no answer for his rebounding, and he came up clutch in the final minutes when it mattered most. What's even more impressive is that he's still recovering from the flu. Putting up those numbers while not being at 100% is a testament to just how incredible he is. Jokic is having an MVP caliber season, and the numbers back it up. He's averaging a staggering 32.8 points, 14.8 rebounds, and 11.6 assists per game. His true shooting percentage is 64.2%, which is already ridiculous. But when Westbrook is on the floor with him, that number jumps to an even more mind-blowing 68.3%. That's unheard of. The synergy between these two is off the charts. They play off each other so well, whether it's Jokic finding Westbrook on a cut or Westbrook creating space for Jokic with his drives. This duo isn't just good, they're historically good. The Nuggets as a team are thriving, with these two leading the way. Since Westbrook became a starter, they've gone 13-4. That's not just a hot streak, that's dominance. Their lineups with Jokic and Westbrook on the floor have a net rating of plus 13.1 this season. That's an elite number that shows just how effective they've been together. Jokic is scoring the highest percentage of assisted buckets in his career at 71.8%, while Westbrook is hitting 48%, also a career high. It's clear that they're not just playing well individually, they're elevating each other's games. And it's not just about the stats. There's an energy and chemistry with this team that's undeniable. Jokic and Westbrook bring out the best in each other, and it's a joy to watch. Jokic is already one of the best players in the league, but with Westbrook by his side, he's taken it to another level. Meanwhile, Westbrook is showing that he's still one of the most dynamic players in the league. Together, they're making the Nuggets must-watch basketball. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives, I'll be posting every day during the season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, the duo. Their impact goes beyond just winning games. Jokic leads the league in triple-doubles with 15, and Westbrook has 3 of his own this season. They're making history together, and it feels like they're just getting started. Denver is 5-2 so far in the new year, and they're playing like a team that's gearing up for a deep playoff run. The combination of Jokic's brilliance and Westbrook's relentless energy makes them a nightmare for any opponent. They're efficient, dynamic, and playing with a level of confidence that's hard to match. It's rare to see 2 players of this caliber come together and click so seamlessly, but that's exactly what's happening in Denver. Jokic and Westbrook are rewriting what we expect from a star duo, and they're doing it in a way that's both dominant and entertaining. Every game they play feels like a moment in history, And the numbers only tell part of the story. Their chemistry, leadership, and sheer talent are making this Nuggets team one of the best in the league. If you're not paying attention to what Jokic and Westbrook are doing, you're missing out on something truly special. They're not just playing basketball, they're putting on a show. With their talent, chemistry, and leadership, the Nuggets are proving they're a team to be reckoned with this season. There's no telling how far this duo can take them, but one thing is for sure, they're making basketball history in Denver. Let's go to the first triple-double game first. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook delivered one of the most unforgettable performances of the season a couple of weeks ago against the Jazz. It wasn't just a great game. It was a game that rewrote the record books and showcased why these two players are among the best in the league today. The Denver Nuggets win wasn't just about the score. It was about the sheer dominance and synergy that Jokic and Westbrook brought to the court. Let's dive into the details, because their performances deserve every bit of attention. Jokic was an absolute monster that night, putting up a stat line that almost doesn't seem real. 32 points, 23 rebounds, and 10 assists, along with 3 steals. That's not just a triple-double. It's the kind of performance that defines a generational talent. Jokic wasn't just scoring, he was controlling every aspect of the game. Whether it was grabbing rebounds in traffic, threading the needle with pinpoint passes, or finding ways to score despite constant defensive pressure, he was unstoppable. His presence on the court was a constant reminder of why he's considered one of the most unique players the league has ever seen. What made this performance even more special was the milestone Jokic hit that night, surpassing 15,000 career points. To do that on a night when he also recorded a historic triple-double speaks volumes about his consistency and dominance over the years. Jokic's ability to impact the game in so many ways, even when defenses are throwing everything they have at him, is truly remarkable. The Jazz sent double teams, they pressured him in the post, and they tried to limit his impact, but none of it worked. Jokic adapted, finding open teammates or using his soft touch around the rim to score. His basketball IQ is off the charts, and that night was yet another example of how he reads the game better than almost anyone. Even when his shooting wasn't perfect, he hit 14 of 34 from the field and 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. Jokic's overall impact made up for it. He didn't just put up numbers, he influenced the game in ways that don't always show up on the stat sheet. His rebounding, in particular, stood out. Pulling down 23 boards against a physical Jazz team is no small feat. He dominated the glass, keeping possessions alive and denying the Jazz second chances. It's games like these that remind everyone why Jokic is in a league of his own. On the other side, Westbrook was equally spectacular in his own way. He finished the game with 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, marking yet another triple-double in his legendary career. But what made this performance truly stand out was his efficiency. He didn't miss a single shot. Westbrook went a perfect 7 for 7 from the field and didn't commit a single turnover. 0 turnovers. That level of efficiency is almost unheard of, and it highlighted just how locked in he was that night. To put it into perspective, only 2 other players in NBA history, Domantas Sabonis and Jokic himself, had recorded a triple-double with 100% shooting and no turnovers. Westbrook added his name to that short list, proving once again why he's one of the most dynamic players in the league. Westbrook's energy and leadership were on full display against the Jazz. His relentless pace, aggressive drives, and sharp decision-making set the tone for the Nuggets. He didn't just play alongside Jokic, he elevated him. The chemistry between these two was undeniable, and it showed in the way they orchestrated the offense. Westbrook's ability to fit into this Nuggets team so seamlessly was nothing short of remarkable. He's now the only player in NBA history to record a triple-double with 3 different superstar teammates. First, it was Paul George. Then, it was LeBron James. And now, it's Jokic. That level of adaptability and versatility is what separates Westbrook from so many other players. The team's performance that night wasn't just about individual brilliance, though. The Nuggets played some of the most unselfish basketball imaginable. Jokic, Westbrook, and Jamal Murray each recorded 10 assists, marking only the 3rd time in NBA history that 3 teammates had double-digit assists in the same game. That kind of ball movement is incredibly rare, and it speaks to the chemistry and trust within this team. The ball was flying around the court, and everyone was involved. It wasn't just a game, it was a masterclass in team basketball. Even more impressive, Jokic, Westbrook, and Murray became the first trio of teammates in NBA history to each record at least 15 points and 10 assists in the same game. That's not just a stat, it's a statement about how well this team was clicking. They weren't just playing for themselves, they were playing for each other. Jokic's vision, Westbrook's energy, and Murray's scoring touch created a perfect balance that made the Nuggets nearly unstoppable that night. The history-making didn't stop there. This game marked only the 16th time in NBA history that teammates both recorded triple-doubles in the same game. Jokic and Westbrook joining forces to achieve this was a testament to how well their skill sets complemented each other. Jokic's unmatched basketball IQ and Westbrook's relentless drive created a combination that was nearly impossible for the Jazz to counter. Together, they elevated the Nuggets to a level of dominance that few teams could match. What's even more remarkable is how rare it is for two former MVPs to record triple-doubles in the same game. In the entire history of the NBA, this had only happened once before. The last time it occurred was in December of 2021, when Westbrook and LeBron James accomplished the feat. Now, it was Westbrook and Jokic making history. That's the kind of company they were in, and it spoke volumes about their greatness. This game wasn't just about the stats or the records. It was about the way Jokic and Westbrook led their team and the way they made everyone around them better. Jokic's ability to dominate every aspect of the game and Westbrook's relentless energy and leadership created a dynamic that was impossible to ignore. They weren't just playing basketball, they were making history. The Nuggets' ability to set records as a team was also on full display. Jokic and Westbrook's incredible performances were just another chapter in what had already been an unforgettable season. Their synergy had propelled the Nuggets to one of the best records in the league, and their offense had been nearly unstoppable. What made Jokic and Westbrook so special together was their ability to thrive in any situation. Jokic's versatility as a scorer, rebounder, and playmaker allowed him to adjust to any defense, while Westbrook's energy and aggression set the tone for the entire team. The way they elevated each other's games was something truly extraordinary. Looking back on that game against the Jazz, it wasn't just about the numbers or the records. It was about the way Jokic and Westbrook played together, the way they led their team, and the way they made history in the process. It was a night to remember, one that added to the already incredible story of this Nuggets season. Jokic and Westbrook didn't just play the game, they owned it. That performance was yet another reminder of why this duo is so special and why the Nuggets are a team to be reckoned with. But the thing is, they followed it up even crazier. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook delivered an unforgettable performance against the Nets the other day, solidifying their place as one of the most exciting duos in the league. This wasn't just another game, it was historic. Both players recorded triple-double, which marked the second time this season they accomplished that feat together. No other duo in NBA history has ever done that multiple times in a single season. What Jokic and Westbrook are doing on the court is nothing short of extraordinary, and it's turning the Denver Nuggets into a true powerhouse. Let's break down the numbers, because they were absolutely insane. Jokic put up 35 points, grabbed 12 rebounds, and handed out 15 assists. On top of that, he added 4 steals, proving he's not just an offensive force but also a defensive presence. Westbrook, meanwhile, finished with 25 points, 11 rebounds, including 4 offensive boards, and 10 assists. Combined, these two tallied 60 points, 23 rebounds, and 25 assists. That kind of production from two players is something most teams can only dream of. The chemistry between Jokic and Westbrook is nothing short of magical. Jokic has this incredible ability to adapt to any teammate's style of play, and with Westbrook, it feels like they've been playing together for years. Jokic operates as the ultimate facilitator, using his elite basketball IQ to make everyone around him better. On the other hand, Westbrook's relentless energy and aggressive style bring a dynamic edge to the team. It's a perfect match. Jokic knows exactly where to place the ball, and Westbrook has mastered the timing of his cuts, passes, and finishes. Watching them play together is like watching basketball at its highest level. Jokic continues to prove why he's one of the most unique players in NBA history. With 15 triple-doubles already this season, he's setting a standard that feels impossible to match. His ability to dominate in every facet of the game, scoring, rebounding, passing, and even defense, is unparalleled. Westbrook, on the other hand, keeps adding to his legacy as the triple-double king. With 202 career triple-doubles, he's breaking records that may never be touched. To put that into perspective, Oscar Robertson, who held the all-time triple-double record for decades, finished his career with 181. The fact that Westbrook and Jokic, the all-time leader, and the player currently third on the triple-double list, are teammates in the same era feels like something out of a dream. What makes this duo even more remarkable is how they elevate each other. Westbrook has found the perfect situation with Jokic and the Nuggets after bouncing around the league in recent years. He's embraced his role in Denver and is thriving in a way that's reminiscent of his prime years. It's like watching the Westbrook of old, a relentless, high-energy player who can take over a game in so many ways. Pairing him with Jokic, who orchestrates the offense like a maestro, has unlocked a new level of efficiency for Russ. He's not just playing well, he's thriving in a way that's silencing any doubts about his ability to adapt. The Nuggets' 124-105 victory over the Nets wasn't just a win, it was a statement. This team is playing like a legitimate championship contender. Jokic and Westbrook are at the center of it all, but it's also a testament to the system that head coach Mike Malone has built. Malone has created an environment that plays to Jokic's strengths as a playmaker while giving Westbrook the freedom to attack and create. It's a delicate balance, but Malone has nailed it. The result is a team that's not just winning games, but dominating them. Jokic's ability to impact the game in every way is the foundation of this team's success. He's not just a scorer or a passer, he's everything. His basketball IQ is unmatched, and his ability to read the game and make adjustments is what sets him apart. Whether it's finding an open teammate with a perfect pass, grabbing a crucial rebound, or stepping up defensively, Jokic does it all, and he makes it look effortless. Westbrook, meanwhile, brings a different kind of energy to the court. His explosiveness, aggression, and relentless pace keep defenses on their heels. He's embraced his role as a secondary playmaker and scorer, and the results speak for themselves. He's thriving in this system, and it's clear that he's found a home in Denver. The way he and Jokic feed off each other is incredible to watch. They've turned the Nuggets into a team that's not just good, they're special. It's not just the stats that make Jokic and Westbrook so fun to watch, it's the way they play. There's a sense of joy and creativity in how they approach the game. Jokic's passes are a thing of beauty, and Westbrook's drives to the basket are unstoppable. Together, they've created an offense that's dynamic, efficient, and nearly impossible to defend. Their chemistry is the engine that drives this team, and it's clear that they're only getting better. The Nuggets' success isn't just about Jokic and Westbrook, though. This is a team effort, and everyone is buying into the system. Players like Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. are thriving alongside Jokic and Westbrook, and the depth of this team is one of its biggest strengths. But make no mistake, Jokic and Westbrook are the heart and soul of this squad. They set the tone, and everyone else follows. Looking back on that game against the Nets, it's hard not to be impressed by what Jokic and Westbrook accomplished. They didn't just put up big numbers, they dominated in every sense of the word. Their performance was a reminder of why they're considered two of the best players in the league and why the Nuggets are a team to watch. Jokic's brilliance and Westbrook's energy are a combination that's taking Denver to new heights. It's not just about what they've done, it's about what they're building. This is a duo that's making history, and they're doing it in a way that's exciting, inspiring, and downright fun to watch. I mean, what the two of these guys have been doing this season is insane, and the two of them also have amazing advanced stats. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook's advanced scoring stats this season have been absolutely insane. These numbers don't just tell the story of two players performing at a high level, they show why the Denver Nuggets are incredibly fortunate to have both of them on the roster. Let's break it all down, because the combination of their efficiency, scoring, and impact is truly special. Starting with Jokic, his scoring efficiency is in a league of its own. He's averaging an incredible 31.2 points per game, putting him ahead of more than 99% of players in the league. That alone is staggering, but it gets even crazier when you dive into how he's doing it. Jokic's effective field goal percentage sits at 60.6%, which means he's not just scoring a ton, he's doing it with elite efficiency. That number puts him ahead of more than 84% of players, a testament to how consistently he converts his scoring opportunities. Jokic's true shooting percentage, which accounts for all his scoring attempts, is an outrageous 64%. To put that into perspective, only 12% of players in the league are operating at this level of efficiency or higher. On every scoring attempt, Jokic is averaging 1.3 points. That's the kind of impact that makes defenses sweat every time he touches the ball. It doesn't matter if he's shooting from 2, from 3, or at the free throw line. He's lethal from everywhere. Now let's break it down even further. Jokic is averaging 9.7 made 2-pointers and 2.2 made 3-pointers per game on 21.4 field goal attempts. That balance between inside and outside scoring makes him nearly impossible to guard. He's a matchup nightmare because he can dominate in the paint or step out and hit a three with ease. Add in his 6.6 free throw attempts per game, and you've got a player who gets it done at every level. Switching over to Westbrook, his advanced scoring stats tell a different but equally important story. Westbrook is averaging 13.2 points per game, which puts him ahead of 78% of players in the league. While his scoring numbers might not jump off the page like Jokic's, his efficiency has been a key part of his contribution to the Nuggets. He's averaging 1.0 points per field goal attempt and 1.1 points per scoring attempt, which shows he's making the most of his opportunities. Westbrook's scoring breakdown is another example of his balanced approach. He's averaging 3.8 made 2-pointers and 1.2 made 3-pointers per game on 10.6 field goal attempts. What stands out here is his ability to score inside and out while keeping his attempts relatively low. His 3.4 free throw attempts per game add another layer of efficiency to his game. Westbrook isn't just scoring, he's doing it in a way that complements Jokic perfectly. The advanced stats highlight how well these two players fit together. Jokic's ability to dominate with volume and efficiency creates space for everyone else, while Westbrook's energy and aggression take pressure off Jokic. They're not just two great players coexisting, they're elevating each other's games. Jokic's scoring efficiency benefits from Westbrook's playmaking, and Westbrook's ability to get to the rim thrives in the space Jokic creates. It's a dynamic that few teams in the league can replicate. What's even more impressive is how these stats translate to the Nuggets' success as a team. Jokic's scoring efficiency is a huge reason why Denver's offense operates so smoothly. His ability to convert at such a high rate means the Nuggets rarely waste possessions. On the other hand, Westbrook's ability to attack the rim and draw defenders adds a different dimension to their offense. Together, they create a balance that's hard to beat. For Jokic, these stats are just another chapter in what's shaping up to be a legendary career. His scoring numbers and efficiency this season put him in the conversation with the greatest big men of all time. The fact that he's doing this while also being one of the league's best passers is mind-blowing. His combination of volume and efficiency is almost unheard of, and it's why he's a constant threat every time he steps on the floor. Westbrook, meanwhile, continues to show why he's one of the most unique players in NBA history. His scoring efficiency might not match Jokic's, but his impact goes far beyond the numbers. Westbrook's ability to push the pace, attack the basket, and keep defenses on their heels is invaluable. He's found a way to adapt his game to fit alongside Jokic, and it's paying off in a big way. His willingness to embrace this role and play within the system speaks to his basketball IQ and his desire to win. The Nuggets are incredibly lucky to have these two players. Jokic and Westbrook bring different skills to the table, but together they form a duo that's as effective as it is entertaining. Jokic's efficiency and versatility make him one of the most dangerous scorers in the league, while Westbrook's energy and aggression add a spark that's hard to match. Their advanced stats tell the story of two players who are not just great individually, but also perfectly suited to lead their team to success. Looking at the bigger picture, it's clear that Jokic and Westbrook are setting a standard that few duos can match. Their advanced scoring stats highlight their individual brilliance, but they also show how well they complement each other. Jokic's ability to dominate every aspect of scoring, from inside the paint to beyond the arc, pairs perfectly with Westbrook's relentless attack and efficiency. Together, they're a force that's elevating the Nuggets to new heights. These advanced stats aren't just numbers, they're proof of how special Jokic and Westbrook are. The Nuggets are witnessing something truly unique with these two, and it's a big reason why they're one of the most dangerous teams in the league. Jokic and Westbrook aren't just playing at a high level, they're rewriting what it means to dominate as a duo. This season, their advanced scoring stats are a testament to their greatness and a reminder of how lucky Denver is to have them. But there's one place where these two thrive so much. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook's advanced ball handling stats this season are absolutely insane. These two are operating on another level, and it's no wonder the Nuggets are thriving with them running the show. Their ability to control the ball, create plays, and limit mistakes is nothing short of remarkable. Let's break it all down, because what they're doing deserves serious attention. Starting with Jokic, his ball handling stats are otherworldly. He ranks higher than 99% of players in a metric that estimates ball handling ability. That's not just elite, it's practically untouchable. Jokic's control over the ball, combined with his vision and decision-making, allows him to orchestrate the Nuggets offense like a maestro. He's averaging 9.9 assists per game, which places him among the very best playmakers in the league. Jokic's assist percentage is just as impressive. He's assisting on 39.35% of his teammates' field goals while he's on the floor. That means nearly 4 out of every 10 baskets scored when Jokic is playing are directly created by his passes. It's an incredible number that highlights his unselfishness and his ability to elevate everyone around him. On average, Jokic's assists generate 23.4 points per game. That's more than some players score individually, and it shows just how much of an offensive engine he is for the Nuggets. Even more impressive is how efficient Jokic is with the ball. His turnover percentage is only 8.57%, meaning he commits fewer than 9 turnovers for every 100 actions he takes that conclude a play. That level of care with the ball puts him in a league of his own. Jokic is taking 24.4 scoring actions per game, whether that's a shot attempt or a turnover, and he's keeping mistakes to a minimum. It's a delicate balance of volume and precision that most players can only dream of achieving. Now let's talk about Westbrook, who is proving once again why he's one of the most dynamic guards in the league. His ball handling ranks higher than 96% of players, which underscores just how skilled and effective he is with the ball in his hands. Westbrook's ability to create off the dribble, find open teammates, and attack defenses is a huge asset for the Nuggets. He's averaging 6.8 assists per game, making him a key secondary playmaker alongside Jokic. Westbrook's assist percentage is just as impressive as his raw numbers. He's assisting on 32.33% of his teammates' field goals while on the floor. That's nearly 1/3 of the offense being directly generated by his passing. On average, his assists are responsible for 15.2 points per game. That kind of production shows how valuable he is in creating scoring opportunities for his teammates. When it comes to efficiency, Westbrook is also making strides. His turnover percentage is 13.04%, which might seem higher than Jokic's, but it's still impressive given his aggressive style of play. Westbrook is taking 12.2 scoring actions per game, and his turnovers are well within a manageable range for someone who handles the ball as much as he does. His ability to balance aggression with control has been a significant factor in the Nuggets' success. What makes these numbers even more impressive is how well Jokic and Westbrook complement each other. Jokic's ability to slow the game down and make precise decisions pairs perfectly with Westbrook's high-energy, attack-first mentality. Together, they create a dynamic that's incredibly hard for defenses to counter. Jokic can operate as the steady playmaker, while Westbrook's explosiveness keeps defenses on their toes. It's a perfect blend of styles that makes the Nuggets' offense one of the most dangerous in the league. The points generated by their passing are another testament to their impact. Combined, Jokic and Westbrook's assists are responsible for 38.6 points per game. That's nearly 40 points coming directly from their ball handling and playmaking. When you factor in their own scoring, it's clear that these two are responsible for the majority of Denver's offensive production. Their ability to create for themselves and others is what sets them apart from most duos in the league. Jokic's efficiency is truly something to marvel at. To rank higher than 99% of players in ball handling while maintaining such a low turnover percentage is a feat that's almost unheard of. It's not just about making flashy passes or high-risk plays. It's about making the right decision almost every time. Jokic's ability to thread the needle, find cutting teammates, and create opportunities out of seemingly nothing is why he's one of the best passers the league has ever seen. Westbrook, on the other hand, brings a level of energy and aggression that few players can match. His ball handling allows him to push the pace, attack the rim, and draw defenders, which opens up opportunities for his teammates. His ability to break down defenses and create chaos is a perfect complement to Jokic's methodical approach. Westbrook's willingness to embrace this role and adapt to playing alongside Jokic has been a game changer for the Nuggets. The Nuggets are incredibly fortunate to have two players with such elite ball handling and playmaking abilities. Jokic and Westbrook aren't just good, they're generational talents who are redefining what it means to run an offense. Their advanced ball handling stats highlight their individual brilliance, but they also show how well they work together. Jokic's precision and Westbrook's explosiveness create a balance that few teams can replicate. These stats aren't just numbers, they're proof of how special Jokic and Westbrook are. The Nuggets have two of the best playmakers in the league, and it's paying off in a big way. Jokic's efficiency, Westbrook's aggression, and their combined ability to create for their teammates are why Denver is so dangerous this season. They're not just playing basketball, they're running a clinic in ball handling and playmaking, and the Nuggets are reaping all the rewards. But recently, they've both been awesome on defense. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook are making a huge defensive impact this season, and their advanced stats prove it. These two aren't just offensive powerhouses, they're locking it down on the defensive end too. Let's dive into the numbers, because the way they're contributing defensively is just as impressive as their offense. Starting with Jokic, his defensive contributions are incredible. He ranks higher than 86% of players in mixed team defense, a metric that evaluates both individual and team defensive impact. Jokic doesn't just play solid one-on-one defense, he's also a crucial part of Denver's overall defensive scheme. His ability to read the game, anticipate plays, and position himself effectively makes him a nightmare for opponents. Jokic's defensive rebounding is where he truly stands out. He's averaging 9.6 defensive rebounds per game, which is a massive number. Defensive rebounds are often overlooked, but they're one of the most critical parts of defense. By securing nearly 10 boards a game, Jokic is not only ending opposing possessions, but also giving the Nuggets more chances to run their offense. His presence on the glass alone keeps opponents from getting second-chance opportunities. In addition to his rebounding, Jokic is averaging 1.8 steals per game. That puts him among the league's elite in stealing the ball. It's a testament to his quick hands and high basketball IQ. Jokic has a unique ability to read passing lanes and time his steals perfectly, which disrupts the flow of the opposing offense. Even though he's not known for being a rim protector, his defensive presence is felt in so many other ways. The Nuggets team defensive efficiency when Jokic is on the floor sits at 113.8, which is a solid number. His ability to anchor the defense, communicate with teammates, and anticipate what's coming makes him a crucial part of Denver's defensive identity. Jokic isn't just a scorer or a passer. He's a complete player who impacts the game on every level. Now, let's look at Westbrook, who's proving his worth on the defensive end as well. He ranks higher than 67% of players in mixed team defense, which highlights his ability to contribute both individually and within the team system. While Westbrook's defensive style is more aggressive than Jokic's, it's no less effective. His energy and athleticism allow him to pressure ball handlers and disrupt plays. Westbrook is averaging 1.6 steals per game, which puts him right up there with some of the best defensive guards in the league. His quick hands and relentless effort make him a constant threat to pickpockets and force turnovers. Whether he's guarding on the perimeter or helping in the paint, Westbrook's defensive intensity is a key part of Denver's success. Westbrook also chips in with 3.8 defensive rebounds per game. While that number isn't as high as Jokic's, it's still a solid contribution, especially for a guard. His ability to crash the boards helps the Nuggets maintain possession and transition into their fast-paced offense. Westbrook's rebounding numbers might not jump off the page, but they're a vital part of what he brings to the table. The Nuggets team defensive efficiency when Westbrook is on the floor is 115.1. While that number is slightly higher than Jokic's, it's important to consider Westbrook's role as a perimeter defender. Guards often face tougher matchups on the outside, and Westbrook's ability to handle those assignments is a big part of why Denver's defense works as well as it does. What makes Jokic and Westbrook so special defensively is how well they complement each other. Jokic's strength lies in controlling the paint, grabbing rebounds, and reading the game, while Westbrook's energy and quickness make him a force on the perimeter. Together, they create a defensive dynamic that makes life difficult for opposing teams. Jokic shuts down second-chance opportunities, and Westbrook's pressure on the ball forces mistakes. The mixed team defense metric highlights how they contribute, not just as individuals, but as part of the Nuggets' defensive system. Jokic's rank above 86% of players, and Westbrook's rank above 67% show they're both making a significant impact. Defense isn't just about stopping your man, it's about being part of a system that disrupts the opponent's flow, and these two excel at it. Jokic's ability to secure defensive rebounds at such a high rate gives the Nuggets stability on that end. He's a wall in the paint, cleaning up missed shots and keeping the opposing team from getting easy second-chance points. Meanwhile, Westbrook's defensive intensity on the perimeter makes it hard for opponents to run their offense smoothly. He's always in passing lanes, looking for opportunities to create turnovers and spark fast break. One of the most impressive aspects of their defense is how it feeds into the Nuggets' overall success. Jokic and Westbrook's advanced stats show they're not just contributing on offense, They're helping to anchor a defense that keeps the team competitive in every game. Their combined effort on the defensive end is a big reason why the Nuggets have been so tough to beat this season. The Nuggets are incredibly lucky to have two players who excel in such different areas defensively. Jokic's ability to anticipate plays and dominate the boards pairs perfectly with Westbrook's relentless energy and knack for forcing turnover. Their contrasting styles create a balance that few teams can match. Jokic provides the steady presence in the paint, while Westbrook brings the chaos on the perimeter. These advanced stats aren't just numbers, they're proof of how impactful Jokic and Westbrook are on the defensive end. Jokic's ability to control the glass and disrupt plays with his steals makes him one of the most complete defenders in the league. Westbrook's energy, quickness, and defensive awareness make him a nightmare for opposing guards. Together, they're a huge reason why the Nuggets are so successful this season. Jokic and Westbrook are proving that defense is about more than just blocking shots or grabbing steals. It's about contributing to a system that works as a whole. Their advanced defensive stats show just how valuable they are to the Nuggets, and their ability to complement each other makes them one of the best duos in the league. The Nuggets aren't just lucky to have them, they're thriving because of them. And the crazy thing is, they both are amazing rebounders too. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook have been dominant on the boards this season, and their advanced rebounding stats highlight just how impactful they are. These two aren't just grabbing rebounds, they're controlling the glass in ways that make the Nuggets an incredibly tough team to beat. Starting with Jokic, his rebounding numbers are nothing short of elite. He's averaging an impressive 13.2 rebounds per game, ranking higher than 97% of players in the league. That alone is incredible. But what stands out even more is how balanced he is on both ends of the floor. Jokic averages 9.6 defensive rebounds per game, which means he's consistently shutting down second chance opportunities for opponents. On the offensive end, he's pulling in 3.6 rebounds per game, creating extra scoring chances for the Nuggets. Jokic's advanced rebounding percentages take his dominance to another level. His defensive rebound percentage is an eye-popping 24%, placing him ahead of 94% of players. That means nearly 1 out of every 4 defensive rebounds available while Jokic is on the floor ends up in his hands. His ability to clean the glass keeps opponents from extending possessions and allows the Nuggets to get back on offense quickly. On the offensive side, Jokic's rebounding is just as impressive. He grabs 9.84% of available offensive rebounds when he's on the floor, ranking higher than 90% of players. Offensive rebounds are so valuable because they give teams second chances, and Jokic excels at finding those opportunities. Whether it's positioning himself perfectly or out-muscling opponents, Jokic's presence on the offensive glass is a game changer. Now let's talk about Westbrook, who is making a significant impact as a rebounding guard. He's averaging 5.1 rebounds per game, ranking higher than 63% of players. For a guard, that's a strong contribution. Westbrook's 3.8 defensive rebounds per game show his commitment to helping out on the boards. Even when he's not the biggest player on the court, he's always active, boxing out bigger players and finding ways to grab those critical rebounds. Westbrook's offensive rebounding is another area where he stands out. He averages 1.3 offensive rebounds per game, which might not seem like a huge number, but it ranks higher than 64% of players. His offensive rebound percentage is 4.86%, meaning he's grabbing nearly 5% of all available offensive boards when he's on the floor. For a guard, that's exceptional. His energy and aggression make him a constant threat to snag those extra possessions. Defensively, Westbrook's rebounding is solid as well. His defensive rebound percentage is 12.86%, which puts him ahead of 55% of players. While that might not be as eye-catching as Jokic's numbers, it's still an important contribution, especially for a guard. Westbrook's willingness to battle for boards in a crowd helps the Nuggets maintain control of games and limits opponents' opportunities. What makes Jokic and Westbrook's rebounding stats even more impressive is how they complement each other. Jokic dominates the paint, securing nearly every rebound that comes his way, while Westbrook's quickness and tenacity allow him to clean up in other areas. Together, they create a rebounding duo that's incredibly difficult to counter. Jokic's size and positioning, combined with Westbrook's athleticism and hustle, give the Nuggets a significant advantage on the boards. The advanced rebounding stats also show how much their efforts contribute to the Nuggets' overall success. Jokic's ability to dominate defensive rebounds keeps opponents from getting second chance points, while his offensive rebounding creates extra opportunities for his teammates. Westbrook's energy on the glass, especially as a guard, gives the team an added boost and helps keep the pace of the game in Denver's favor. These numbers aren't just stats, they're proof of how much Jokic and Westbrook are impacting the game. Jokic's rebounding dominance on both ends of the floor makes him one of the most valuable players in the league, while Westbrook's relentless effort ensures the Nuggets are competitive in every rebounding battle. Together, they're a force on the boards, and their advanced stats show why the Nuggets are so fortunate to have them. Their combined effort on the glass is one of the many reasons Denver has been so successful this season. Overall, though, Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook have proven themselves as an unstoppable duo this season, excelling in scoring, ball handling, defense, and rebounding. Jokic's unparalleled efficiency, vision, and dominance on the boards perfectly complement Westbrook's relentless energy, playmaking, and aggression. Together, they've not only elevated the Denver Nuggets, but have also set new standards for what a dynamic duo can achieve. Their advanced stats highlight their versatility and impact, showing why they're among the best in the league. Denver is lucky to have them, and as they continue to thrive, the Nuggets look poised to make history with these two leading the way. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.